Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound. Hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound. Hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.
Well, good morning. You join us today at Froggatts Pools. We've been here before on the channel. It's in Shropshire, South Shropshire, very close to me actually, so it's a nice local for me. Lots of lakes here, but today we're on the Specimen Lake, and yeah, as you probably saw, we got here relatively late last night. Or I say relatively late, it was more like 5 o'clock, but it gets dark at 5 now. So unfortunately, it was dark very quickly after we got here. But we did have nice weather last night. It was nice and clear, nice and dry. And then obviously this morning, hence why I'm still just sat in bed. It's like 8 o'clock now, and I've been up since 6 watching the water, but there's nothing really been going on the water. And yeah, it's wet. It's really wet. I've not got a door on my bivvy, so it's now the water's coming into the bivvy, which isn't great. But yeah, we just thought we'd come here. I'm with Dan today. You've seen Dan on the channel before, I think on the Grange Springs session. So we were with Dan. We had a great little social last night. We just had a good laugh and a catch up. We didn't get to see each other all that much. And yeah, we are hoping for a bite. I was quite optimistic for the night. I'm fishing just over a couple of boilies. It's getting cold now. They're not going to be eating all that much. Just a nice high-vis pop-up and a couple of boilies over the top. I'm using Sparbaits FSB at the moment, hoping that can do the business. So obviously there's cats in here, there's carp, and various other little things. But I would love to get one of the nice carp, because there are some absolutely cracking carp. If I remember, I'll put them somewhere on the screen now. I might not remember. But there are some beautiful carp in here, and I would love to get one because it's so local to me. And yeah, I've only fished here once before. We didn't get anything. I'm not really sure why. I don't think it's an easy venue by a long chalk, but at the end of the day, it is still just a small lake, and it's fairly well stocked, so there's no reason why we can't catch. But like I said, the weather is getting a little bit worse now, but I was hoping that maybe all this rain might turn them on, because it is really raining, so and it has been for a few hours now. So if we get a little break in the rain, I'm going to quickly get out there and rebait and probably recast as well, make sure everything's sitting nicely and working well. And we're here till like 5ish today, 4ish today, so we've got plenty of time. And yeah, I think we can still get something. It's not too cold. It's still like 10 degrees. I imagine the water's getting colder, but we're at the deeper end of the lake as well. So I'm hoping that being at the deeper end of the lake, maybe it's held a little bit of the warmth in the depth still from summer. I'm not too sure really, if I'm honest, but hopefully it has. And they're getting in the deeper water now, so we are down the deeper end. So fingers crossed for that really. But yeah, I will hopefully get out there and do a bit more filming when it's not so wet. But honestly, right now it's hammering it down. I really hope that you can hear this as well, and it's not too distorted, because I can't do filming anywhere else because it's raining, and my bivvy is just amplifying the sound of the rain. So I really do hope you can hear it. And if it's bad, I'm really sorry, but I won't actually know until I get home. So unfortunately, this is what we've got to work with. But yeah, I will update you soon. Like I said, once the rain stops, I'm going to get some bait out and do various little bits. And yeah, just enjoy the social. But I thought, you know, make a video, something might happen. And yeah, I love being behind the camera or in front of the camera. So we just got to wait and see. But hopefully we can get one, because it's been a while since I've actually caught anything, because it's been a while since I've been fishing. And yeah, I just want one of those really nice carp from here. There are cats in here as well, which I wouldn't be against getting, but I'm here for the carp today. So yeah, fingers crossed you can hear me properly, and fingers crossed we catch something. But yeah, I'll catch you probably when it's less wet. Plop. So this is only going to be a really quick update, because it's hammering it with rain still and the camera's getting wet. But basically, as you've seen, we've just replaced the two rods, and we've got a double pop-up corn on the one. I do love using plastics. It's just nice and simple, you know they're going to stay on. So I've got double pop-up corn on the one side of the island. The other side of the island, we do in fact have a Spar Baits high-vis pop-up FSB. So I'm hoping for something good there. And yeah, it started to rain again, so we're going to get some bacon on and get something to eat. As the rain stopped, we got the rods out a bit quick, refreshed them, and put a bit more bait out. So hopefully it'll be a good sign of things to come. There are fish moving now and jumping, so I hope it's not going to be too bad. And yeah, we can only just wait now. So yeah, enjoy the B-roll, and hopefully I'll be back with some good news. If not, when it stops raining and the camera's not getting absolutely soaked, I'll be back to give you some more information on maybe the bait that I'm using and stuff like that. So I will catch you then. This was just a quick update because I don't want the camera to die. So
Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.
well, hopefully the rain does stop before I go. I'm hoping to explain a bit on the bait and stuff like that. But as you can see, it is, well, I mean, maybe you can't see, but you can see how wet I am. It is pouring down still. Me and Dan are still set up, but I can't get the camera, I can't film in the bivvy with the camera, and I can't get the bivvy out the camera, the camera out the bivvy because it's raining so much. I'm going to be packing away in about 20 minutes. So I'm really hoping that the rain pauses for a bit so I can give you a little bit more detail on the bait and stuff like that. But if I can't, I can't. I can do that back in the van if I'm honest. But it is looking really good. I will just show you where I'm fishing. So obviously I'm fishing from here. I've got one now down in this corner, just down here. I've had it in this little channel for the last, I don't know, 20 hours maybe, and the last couple of hours I've just put it down in this corner because it does look really nice, and I've been able to feed it over the 24 hours. So I've just put some in there, and now I'm hoping that something might drop on it in the last hour or so. And then the other one is where we have this island here. We're just tucked under this tree about here. Of course, play it now. I did manage to end up in the tree up there, so hopefully the camera caught it, but roll that now. And yeah, so as you just saw, well, I hope you saw, I don't know until I'm actually editing this at home, but I did get stuck in the tree and it was not good. But I managed to get it out with no break-offs or anything like that. I don't know if that'll be included as well, but I did manage to get it all out, and it was all safe, nothing broke off, everything's fine, which is good. But classic, would you be an amateur day ticket angler if you didn't get stuck in the tree? It had to be one of us. So, but yeah, as you see, yeah, it's really wet at the moment. So I'm hoping to get a little bit on camera. But unfortunately, this is probably going to be quite a short video because we got here when it was dark, so it's really hard to film when it's dark. And then since the moment we got up this morning, it has been raining. So it's been really hard to get any sort of footage on camera. But I'm hoping that it does stop in the next 20 minutes so I can give you a little bit more footage. But if not, it's been a good session, it's been a good social. I wasn't even sure if I was going to record this social, to be fair, but I did decide to, purely because it's a lovely lake, and I just like explaining what I'm doing. It's a nice little update video, if anything else, on my fishing at the moment. I don't have any more planned for now, but if you did see my last video that was maybe out a week or two ago, I am going to try and do a little bit more river fishing this year, a bit more predatory fishing. So hopefully you'll see that on the channel very soon. We're actually currently planning stuff to be recorded, and I do have 25th of November, I do have a little trip planned as well with Ben, who you've also seen on the channel. As I explained in my last video, we are going to get a lot more people on the channel this year, and hopefully some other YouTubers as well. So I'm really excited for that. Or I say this year, next year, but you know, for 2024. But yeah, so if I don't catch you, hopefully when the rain stopped, I will catch you in the van for a little bit more explanation, but fingers crossed I can. If not, I do have a few shots of the bait, so I can kind of explain it when I'm in the van. But yeah, I do really appreciate you guys, and yeah, I've got my fingers crossed because I'm soaked. So I don't think the rain's letting off, so I'm just going to do it on the phone. Hopefully the mic's connected as well. But basically, the bait that we're using is really simple. Obviously, you've seen the rigs that we're using, just a double pop-up corn. I love using a plastic. I know it's going to stay on. The same with the pop-up as well. Not so much with the pop-up that you know it's going to stay on, although they are often more robust. So I love using pop-ups and fakes because honestly you just know they're going to stay on, and they are double pop-up corn on the one, which is the one down in this corner here. So that's just on a standard hair rig, but with a piece of putty, or it's actually on a D rig, sorry, with a piece of putty on the boom, just so it picks it up a little bit, but it doesn't pick it up enough. You know, it acts more like a Ronnie then. And then obviously I've got the chod set up, or it's more like a hinge rig, over the side here, which has an FSB high-vis pop-up on it. So that's fingers crossed on that one. That one's from Spar Baits, link down in the description, high quality bait. And the bait that I'm feeding over is basically sweet corn, just sweet corn from the shop, and probably about a kilo of boilie. The night before, boiling hot water over them, put a little bit of like a tiny bit of garlic, tiny bit of chili, bit of salt, and then leave it in the bucket, mix it up, and it really just, it kicks up a stink, if I'm honest, and it brings out the juices, it makes them really soft, like really, really soft, and it just makes it, whilst the weather's getting a bit colder now, they're probably not feeding as hard and stuff like that. The small bit that they do have to feed on, it's going to be really nice and easy to digest. It's going to be easy to take in. It might even break up in the water. And that's the sort of thing we want. We want it to be nice and easy for them to digest. When it's getting colder, they're not eating as much. So the bit they do, they are going to be able to do easily with not using much energy. And of course, with the bits that we've added and it being like boiled and whatever and all the flavours coming out, obviously you've got that juice as well, that when you're flicking it out, when you're cat pulling it out, when you're doing whatever, it's leaking off and giving that high attraction in the times that we need it. So that is what we're using bait wise. So yeah, I'm really not confident that we're going to catch anything now. We're in the last like half hour, so I'm going to pack my stuff up. As you can see, I'm soaked through. I've not been sitting in the bivvy because I'm going to get wet either way, so I've just accepted that I'm going to get wet, and I'm just enjoying being outside at the lake. But I'll definitely be back here because of course it's just up the road from me, and there are some really nice carp in here, and obviously some cats as well. There are some really nice carp in here, so I really do want to get one of those. So hopefully I'll get one of those at another time, so you'll definitely see me back here. But for now, I'm going to get packed up, and you will probably see me when I'm back in the van. Well, we're all packed away in the van now, as you can see. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be, and we've come away empty-handed once again, but I've had an awesome social with Dan. Honestly, I wasn't going to record this, but you know, there's always something that happens, and I started recording, and honestly, it was nice recording it, so you guys are going to watch it. But yeah, definitely head on down to Froggatts. It's a lovely pool. There's other match lakes here as well, so if it's not just carp fishing you're looking for, then definitely head on down. I'll certainly be back for one of those carp and possibly even one of those cats, but it wasn't today, and it wasn't going to be today, but unfortunately that's how fishing goes. So yeah, I will catch you very shortly on one of the next videos. I'm not sure when it is or when it will be, but I have a trip lined up in about 2 weeks time, so hopefully I'll see you then. If not, I'll probably see you before. But yeah, tight lines, happy fishing, and I will see you next time.